Hello, Decay here today with an episode of Minecraft Dinosaurs, and today we're back on the world to get some more stuff done as we're quickly rounding that last corner to episode 100. Oh my gosh, it's episode 94. We got 6 videos left after this. Man, that's insane. It really, oh man, I again, brings up, it's like, can you bring this up every video? Why you do this? But you know what? I do, because it just boggles my noggle every time I think about it. Anyway, we're back over at the Ice Age area to do a bit more work, try and finish all this stuff up. And I was gonna do the mammoths today, and I think I mentioned that last episode that we were probably gonna work on them. But to be honest, I don't want to. Partly because, again, I've spent so much time working on it. I didn't really feel like doing that today. So instead, I've decided to do another project over on this side of the park that, that I wanted to do originally, but never got around to it just because the mammoths took precedent. And then we had to go back and rebuild a bunch of other stuff. But that is this area right here. We had like ideas of like a river, doing more little ponds like this, connecting the pathway up with the stonework, doing all sorts of cool things over here, maybe even throwing in a tar pit. So yeah, we're gonna work on this area today, just kind of making it look a bit more interesting, and yeah, I think that should be pretty good overall. I'm hopefully gonna try and bring it up here as well. We'll see if we can kind of do some of the training around here. We'll see how much just gets done before I run out of time to record. Let's see, let's sleep real quick. There we go. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something else. Oh yeah, okay, so I do think I have a more solid idea of what we're doing though for the last few episodes. So obviously this episode we're gonna work on this. Next episode and the one after that, so I guess episodes 95 and 96 are probably gonna be working on the mammoth enclosure, both just obviously we have to do stuff with connecting the rock wall up to the rest of the terrain, detailing the rock wall, and then the snow and all this kind of stuff, finishing up the tunnel. So there's a lot more work to do with the mammoths than I think it looks like, but that's more just because, you know, it's what it is. I might try actually. Well, see, if I start moving all the chests, it's not a very complicated thing, but it just takes a while to move all the inventory stuff over just because there's a lot of it. But maybe we'll get to that done today. Maybe we'll try and get more of this. But anyway, yeah, after we get the mammoths done, I think, because, you know what, we'll take a bit longer at the beginning of this episode just to show stuff off. I think the plan after that is going to be another little project. Okay, there's just no way to get up there right now, is there? Darn me and my impeccable building skills. Let's just run up here real quick. There we go. All right. We gotta get trees up here. We have to do a lot of decoration. We're not gonna do any of the trees up here, so I guess that'll probably have to be another episode. But I will say there is one last other project. Once we get this done, once we get the mammoths done, there's one more project I really, really want to do. And that is... Oh, and speaking of which, yep, someone was correct. I did accidentally leave the door open for the Megalania. So I guess we'll go close that real quick and make sure none of them got out. Doesn't look like it, so we should be good. I want to do the plaza over here. I want to get the plaza done over here. I mean, that'll be its own episode, and then we'll probably need another episode on the Megalanias, just trying to meld the terrain in a bit more. Or maybe I could get that and the plaza done in the same episode. We'll see. Hopefully, yep. Okay, none of them escaped. But yeah, that's kind of what we're looking at for the next few episodes. Just hopefully, you know, cracking out the last few things we need to get before, well, we finish. And before everything's done and we gotta go move on to back to the dinosaur park. I say like I'm not looking forward to that. I'm really looking forward to going back to the dinosaurs. I have so many cool ideas. So many things I'm looking forward to doing with that. Yeah, I think it's gonna be awesome. Oh wait, there is one last thing I think I want to talk about before. And this is probably a bit more of just a question of would you guys want to see this happen before or after? Well, it'll happen by episode 100 regardless, but it's just more, do you want to see this on camera or do you want me to just build this in my own time? But if we quickly run through here, and this area just keeps looking better and better now, we've run over to a project I wanted to do ages ago. I think back before episode 50 even. If we run all the way over here, right in this big old grass lot here, a botanical garden of sorts. We were originally going to put a garden in here, just to kind of throw in all the prehistoric plants we want. So yeah, would you guys like to see that on camera? Would you like to see me putting in the garden, or would you like to, I don't know, me just throw that in and then we'll go look at it in episode 100 kind of thing? Up to you guys. Anyway, I've talked too much for now, so I'm gonna get started on this area, kind of outlining things, see what I want to do, see how it's all gonna look, and I'll bring you guys back in when I have gotten some work done. All right, guys, we're back, and I gotta deal with some monsters. Oh gosh. Boom, there we go. All right, job's a good one. All right, so here is what I worked on since the last clip. I know I had a different idea originally when I was designing this, or when I was talking about how I was going to design this, and it's kind of changed. I think instead of my original plan, I'm just gonna kind of continue the rock work in and around here, kind of instead of my original idea, which was kind of more just, you know, this pathway going up a hill or something like that. I kind of like this idea of it kind of cutting into the mountain. I don't know, I just think that looks a bit cooler, and I think when you're down here as well, at least once all the rocks are like filled in and everything, it's gonna give a bit more of like a grand feel to it, like you really are going up into the mountains. I don't know, I think it's gonna look really cool. I think it really will. Obviously that means I have to cover up some of this rock work I've already done, and I'm actually realizing I might need to rework a bit of this. I mean, I might not even, I might even need, what is that sound? Oh, they're sounding weird sounding. But I might need to raise this ground level up again, from what I did last time I worked on this, just because it may not be, well, tall enough. The other thing I did, and surprisingly, between what you see here and, you know, between, I guess, the fact I put the railings in, or not the railings, the side parts of the walkway in, and like all the rest of the terrain work, these side parts took such a long time to do. Well, not like, you know, I spent like 4 hours on it, but comparatively, these railings took, or these side parts just took a ridiculous amount of time, which I found very funny. That it was just such like, you know, a hassle to do it, but you know, it looks pretty good, fits quite well, and I think it was a good overall thing to do. Not really sure if I'm gonna do the bushes all along the side. I might on a couple parts, although I do kind of like just having like the flat rock face right by it. I think that does look pretty cool, and in fact, maybe we can just kind of like do some stuff over here to kind of like fill that in. That could look good. But yeah. That's what we got so far. I think this is looking pretty nice. So I'm gonna work a bit more, kind of bring it around here, work a bit here on the terrain. As you notice, this is all still open, and I'm not really sure if even by the world download I'm gonna have dealt with this. And the main reason for that is when I originally worked on this area here, it was under the assumption that we were gonna put the Spinosaurus over here. That changed because the Spinosaurus is now going probably somewhere that direction with the rest of the Cretaceous dinosaurs, which means this area currently doesn't have anything in it. And I don't really know what I'll put here. You know, I'm considering we could put a building over here or something. We could put something nice over here. Not soon, at least. So yeah, I don't really want to mess with the pathways over here too much or even fill the rest of this thing in. Just because I don't really know what my plan is for this area, and I don't really want to break stuff that I might, you know, end up wanting to keep later. Anyway, yeah, so I'm just gonna do a bit more work, get this dragged around, fill this in, see if I need to work a bit more on raising the ground level, and I'll bring you guys back in when I have made some progress on that. Alright guys, and here we are with, well, the final modifications I'm making to this area for today's episode. I kind of got carried away, because I don't know, sometimes I just get in that like terraforming mode and I just kind of keep building. I didn't put the railings here. You know, we'll just put bushes here later. I did add another one of these in. I'm not really sure why, but I did. Anyway, I'm gonna show you guys the main thing I've worked on, which is kind of putting together all the terrain. And I quite like it. I think I've done a decent job here. If we quickly look over, ta-da! It still needs a bit more connection over here, but I think it kind of blends in all right. We'll probably put more trees over here anyway, so it should be too noticeable. But I think this looks pretty good overall. It gives it, I don't know, I like how it looks. Maybe I need to remove a bit of dirt along this side, but yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this looks. It's got an interesting slope to it. You come all the way up here, and yeah, you just, I don't know, I like it. I think it does feel somewhat, I don't know, kind of cool with how the terrain is shaped. It definitely feels like this pathway was kind of just cut through the rock and all that. I don't know, I just love it. I think it looks awesome. And yeah, I think it was a good little scenery piece to work on. Obviously, again, I still need to do custom trees and plants and gardens and all of that nonsense, but not today. I'm kind of out of time. But for next episode, I'm thinking is, yeah, we'll definitely come back and work on the next episode. Get all this done, and then, yeah, should be good. Hello. You guys are very loud. But yeah, that's that. I was like, it's so much to show off. It really isn't that much to show, actually. What I did is fairly simple. I can teleport mountain exhibits, right? Yep, okay. It's not the most advanced stuff to show, but I don't know. I think it looks good overall. I don't know. I just like that it blends the terrain together a bit more. Makes this feel not so like sudden and out of nowhere. It has a bit more of a gradual feel, and I really, really like that. So I think if we just threw some snow along the tops of this, some small little snow clumps like it's starting to melt and thaw out, and then maybe do a bit of a stream or a waterfall coming down the side, have it come out over here, I think this could look really good. Really, really good. But yeah, I think that's all I have for today. So thank you all for watching. I hope you've all enjoyed. And until next time, guys. See ya.